Okay, welcome back to the Oracle section. Let's go through some of our details. Planetary mirror, planetary dragon, planetary world bridger, planetary star, and self-existing night. Okay, so I find the first definitive aspect of the mirror really comes in the form of, like, as the reflections are coming up, that's like the motion of the new paradigm kind of like equipping itself. And so in the process of this perfecting, the dragon initially comes out as the nurturer protector. And so the dragon is kind of just plain and simply helping us give birth to that, because the very nature of the mirror can be kind of jagged, it can be kind of sharp, or at least how things come up almost in a mechanical or crystalline way. It's not really seen as a causation or like, how is this an emotional effect? These things are simply just coming up. And so the dragon in some ways helping make it a little bit more real. It's kind of like the dog in the way that it would be like, okay, this is the thing, I can feel that, but this is a little different. It's like, it's rounding off some of the edges and allowing a more visceral, primal aspect to come into it and asking us to protect, hold on to, and nurture and kind of personalize some of what this is to kind of make it your own as we recognize the birthing process that this is going through. And this definitely alludes to the energy of the World Bridger, which, as part of that birthing process, the dragon is helping us. I find the dragon and the World Bridger are amazing allies here, because the dragon is asking us to hold on to certain things. It's asking us to nurture certain things. And you can really tell what those aspects are, because the very feeling of nurturing will come about you. It's like, okay, I really actually do want to nurture this. And those aspects that you can really feel the resonance of, like, okay, like, it's time to perfect the process of death. It's time to let go. It's time to bridge that world. It's time to fully get over this, build a bridge over it. Then the world bridge, or the aspect of death, is really going to show up and be present. And I feel today, because of the perfecting nature, there's a lot less of like trying to do the thing and more of just trusting that the fact that these codes are relevant, they're here, they're present, you can just trust that you will know. You won't have to struggle pretty much at all to really know how these energies are showing up for you and what to do around their presence. And so the star I find really interesting, because the star is that aspect of like, okay, let's do that whole thing with elegance. And that could be challenging. There may be some paradigm aspects that are kind of in your face. Maybe they're bringing up old traumas, old triggers. Maybe there's some spaces that you're ready to hold, but you're not necessarily adept at them yet. You're not necessarily of the ability to really be a pro at something. And so you can only really do your best. And so the star is that elegance and grace, the embodiment of beauty, being able to shine forth from the very abstract that is coming about because of the kind of evolving or the entering of this new kind of paradigm complex. And I find very definitively, and yes, I use definitively on purpose because it is the self-existing tone representing definition, the self-existing night. The night is the darkness. It is the abstract. It is the dreamer. It is the unconscious. It is that area that the kind of warrior goes in to bring from the abstract the questions. And in this respect, it is this very unknown, this very darkness that I feel really works with the energy of the star, because ultimately everything is in the unknown. And so I feel with the energy of the dragon enabling us to really bring that nurturing and birthing energy, it really helps couple the star with a quality that is really sustainable and an elegance that really shines from that, because there's a recognition that this is kind of the unknown, and if it's dealing with multiple parties or if it's just dealing with this kind of new paradigm behavior, then there's a recognition that no one has done it before. And so we can all see how we're showing up in a way of authenticity and doing our best. And we can also see that the process of perfection is actually very here. It's very present. And so that feels actually really good. It feels really clear today on the energies that are present here in the oracle, and they're kind of really all working very definitively together to really help those reflections to really arise and to perfect those, to kind of bring it towards the crystallization, and getting ready as well for tomorrow. How, okay, you've really perfected this. What do we have left over? Well, we have those things we got to release, and there's a storm of that, and so we'll get into that tomorrow. So stay tuned for the Mind Pyramid meditation.